Centuries ago, dragons disappeared from this world. Legend speaks of the nefarious deeds of the Lich Magister, who captured all living dragons to further his studies of immortality. As time passed, dragons faded from memory, seen as nothing more than fantastic creatures which never truly existed. Until recently, that is. Heroes from this world and other versions of it have been gathered by the mysterious figure, Granma. Through her magical academy, the heroes have learned that time travel is not only possible, but could be the key to returning dragons to this world forever. However, freeing dragons is only one of the feats awaiting them as they face the crucible of the gods.
Hello, my fellow gamers and geeks. Welcome to the Games and Geekery patron sessions, where we play Dungeons and Dragons with our supporters on Patreon. If you're interested in joining us in a game, check out our Patreon page in the link down below. I will be your guide and dungeon master, Anthony M. Copeland. I hope you're ready for an exciting game with tonight's party. Now, let's get started.
Together for quite some time. Most of you having come from the Elven lands and crossed the desert and bumped into each other at various places on the way, just because you happen to be going after the same, heading in the same direction, basically. But because you've done several adventures together, you've now gained some renown and fame, and you've got an entourage of support staff with you, including Anita, who is your librarian. Anytime that you find any books, she'll quite happily buy the ones that you don't find useful anymore. And also when you go to a new town, she'll do a quick look around the local bookstores to see if anybody has anything that you guys might be interested in, because she knows how to talk to other booksellers. And you've also got Max, the potion maker, who follows you around and provides you all with potions free of charge, providing that every time you drink one, you loudly announce, Max's miracle potions do the trick. You also have a bodyguard, oddly enough, who looks after you while you guys are sleeping. He's a Goliath barbarian called Gavik the Thug. There's also another bard that he goes ahead of you and tells people you're coming. He's your warm-up act, basically. And he's only a little bit resentful that you guys, particularly Alexa, are way more famous than he is.
It just be like that sometimes.
It does just be like that. You've got more stage presence, apparently. But at the moment, you're in a small town called Traveller's Rest. You've been staying in a tavern of the same name in the town square. And today you met with your old friend Dredvik, who has a huge mansion up on the hill and a rather large bestiary of various exotic animals and creatures. And after all the social pleasantries and niceties are out of the way, he starts talking business and tells you that there are a couple of creatures he wishes to acquire, and he hopes that you would be willing and able to acquire them for him. There is a mating pair of trolls in the woods around the capital of Scalbania that have been causing travelers and locals some issues. So the locals, of course, want the trolls dead anyway, but Dredvik has been delaying it because he knew that the female was pregnant, and so he wants you to bring back the baby after you've gotten everything you could in rewards from the people of Scalbania. And in the other direction, towards the city of Gates, in the hills and mountains around there is another pair of giants, hill giants in this case. And again, he wants you to make the people of the city of Gate happy by getting rid of the giants, but he wants the baby, as per the usual arrangement.
Sure this guy isn't a fairy? I always like to steal babies.
Funny you should say that. His build is a warlock of the Archfey, with a few levels of range in there. You've done business with him a few times because there's been one or two occasions where you've come across a town where there's nothing to do, no way to make money. So Dredvik has loaned you one of the beasts from his bestiary in order for you to stage a heroic rescue of the town. What do you guys want to do?
What was the first one? Trolls?
So there's a pair of trolls in the woods.
Trolls are giant.
Trolls or hill giants. Those are your choices if you take one of Dredvik's jobs.
I would think the hill giant would be a little more difficult. So it might be best to get that one out of the way first.
All right. So that's one vote for the hill giants.
Yeah, Hill Giants is good.
Yeah, we can do hill giants.
I'm good
Okay.
with that.
We could take them.
It doesn't matter to me, as long as we fight.
Excellent. So, are you guys heading out right away, or are you going to let Aiden have his head start and get to City of Gate before you? Or
You better hurry.
I could ask if there's anything small we could do here while we give our herald a head start.
Going
Sorry?
to kidnap a baby be enough to give him enough to have a head start?
sorry, what do you want to do?
Well, don't we have to go kidnap a baby or steal a baby from the trolls?
There's the trolls that are near Scalbania, and then there's the hill giants near City of Gate. Are you saying you want to do the trolls first, and then go to City of Gate?
Well, if we did it that way, that would give Aiden enough time to...
That would get to the City of Gate. It certainly would, yes.
That's just a thought.
Send him in the opposite direction. Oh yeah, we'll be there when we get there.
You're not important, go ahead.
Yeah, he's already strumming his way out of the door. Working on the song as he goes. All Dredvik has for you that's in town is you can help him feed the animals in his bestiary if you want.
Feeding for peasants.
Yeah. Well, I used to be one of them once. That tavern you stayed... You've heard this story many times before, but that tavern you stayed in last night, that used to be mine.
Here he goes again.
I worked there for decades, making my own brew, waiting on the few scant travellers that were coming through to stop and stay, barely making enough money to get by.
Should have stripped.
He should have stripped and been the naked bartender.
If he can get paid more, do what he has to do, right?
Medieval times meets Chippendales.
Either that or Peyton put his clothes back on, one of the two.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Right? I was going to say it depends on what he looks like.
But, so yeah, you're refusing to feed the animals. That's okay. So, are you going to head out towards Scalbania, or are you going to go around town, soak up the adoration from the locals, or what do you want to do?
Adoration sounds nice.
Yeah, I could do with some adoration.
Okay. Alexa, do you want to help them out with that?
Yeah, sure. Let's go get adored.
Excellent. So you head in the town square, and Alexa, are you singing songs of your previous conquests?
I'm going to get my mandolin so I can fly while I'm doing it.
Nice!
Because I can do it once a day, so why not?
Absolutely. So you've all gone to the town square, Traveller's Rest, and you're putting on a show basically in front for the crowd. Alexa's playing her mandolin and flying above you while singing of your exploits. What tricks does Coral want to perform to rile up the crowd?
Tricks? I don't know. Too bad I can't do like flame eating or something like that.
But let's see.
Well, if Alexa wants me to pull out my bagpipes, I can.
I would
I
love
can
for you
do
to
minor
that.
illusion.
You can do that, or you can turn. Actually, no, you got 0 spell slots at 4th level. I was going to say you could turn willing people into various animals using your polymorphs, but you can't.
No, but I've got my cantrip for the prestidigitation thing.
Yeah.
I can
Make it
do
look
light
shiny.
stuff, and my minor illusion, I can make it look like I'm flame eating.
This is true. Rock and roll. Are you just going to flex your muscles?
Probably. Try to rile up the crowd, gladiator style.
And, Cypher, you gonna turn on the charm?
I am. I'm gonna flirt with the crowd.
Nice.
The whole crowd.
The whole crowd. All of them, all at once. Excellent. So yeah, you build up quite an audience of fans, and among the crowd you see this woman like hesitantly stepping forward. She has something to say, but she's shy about doing it in front of all these people.
I use Mage Hand to, like, beckon her over.
Okay. She steps sheepishly forward, and the crowd that has been whooping and cheering for you goes quiet as they're all expectantly waiting for whatever is going to happen next. I need your help.
Help? With what, if I can ask?
My son, he ran away a couple of days ago. We haven't seen him since. Could you... I think he went in the direction of the Darkwood. He said he could smell gingerbread coming from there. It was ridiculous, but we couldn't stop him. If you happen to go in that direction, help me find my son and send him home.
It's probably bad PR if we say no, so...
Oh, we should go. There might be gingerbread.
Good point.
What can you tell us about him?
He's special. I think one of the reasons why he ran away is because things tend to happen around him, and he can't seem to control it.
I know a little bit about that.
You do?
Yeah, sometimes shit just kind of goes crazy.
How did you cure it?
Practice. Practice makes perfect.
But we don't want him to practice. We want him to stop. Find him and bring him home, and if you can fix him as well, I would be very grateful.
I was trying to ask if she was human.
If the woman that approached you was human? She seemed to
Yeah.
be. If she wasn't human, then she's passing for human.
Okay. So, yeah, because that was the question, the thought, because she's like, how did you cure it?
Yes.
And Coral's like, human.
Yeah. The common folk tend to be a bit wary of magic.
Well, yeah, like Coral's parents. Well, the people that raised her.
Yeah, Coral's foster parents. Yes.
We will do what we can to find your son.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Please help my Taffram. We don't have much, but she passes you the amulet that she's wearing around her neck. She takes it off and hands it to you, and saying, "It's not much, but it's an heirloom. We've had it for generations."
Then it should stay in your family for more generations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And the crowd cheers.
It's all good PR for us.
Yeah. What would you like to do now?
Go after the kid.
Excellent.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And hopefully teach his mom a lesson about her kid not being broken and need fixing.
So you head out of town, not far behind Aiden, and but he of course is heading straight for the city of Gate, while you guys need to cross the river and head into the Darkwood. It's a shame you don't have your ranger with you. Who's got the best survival skills?
I have +1.
Yeah, you have +1.
Not me. +1.
Yeah, you're all +1 except for Falxian, who isn't here.
I'm
Okay.
+0, so...
So yeah, none of you have very good survival, which is just
What's
great.
down there?
Oh, nothing. You're heading towards the Darkwood. And I was just checking to see if any of you were savvy enough about woods, in particular the Darkwoods, to know what to watch for as you're entering.
Oh.
So, actually, that's a good point. So, those of you who are spellcasters, which of course is Alexa and Cypher,
Everyone but me.
everyone but Rock and Roll, can smell gingerbread.
I knew there would be gingerbread today.
It would target spellcaster.
That would take an insight normally to check, but your insight's pretty high. I would say that you could probably draw that conclusion, particularly if Rock and Roll is loudly declaring that he can't smell it.
Well, in some of the fighter pits I've been in, I might have lost my sense of smell a long time ago.
If you can't smell it, then we don't have to share it.
Okay, there is a vague path through the woods. Rock and Roll can pick out because he's got pretty high perception.
Suppose it's a dirty-looking path.
Yours is about the same, actually. Yeah, it's just a dirt track through the woods. Not many people go this way, clearly. There are sticks and stones and leaves littering the path, but there's definitely a gap in the...
You have to be careful, though, because those sticks and stones can break your bones.
I cast floating disc and I kind of just walk on that instead of the ground.
Interesting.
Dirt is for wood elves.
Dirt is for wood elves. Yeah, snotty little Eladrin. Okay, let me just see, because the floating disc... Remember now, I'm just trying to figure out how you move it, because I know it follows you if you walk
it. It's like a skateboard. A hover disc.
That might work, actually. Tense's floating disc floats 3 feet above the ground. So, yeah, maybe not. Is immobile while you're within 20 feet of it.
Ah, damn, I read that wrong. Okay, never mind.
If you move more than 20 feet away, it follows you. If you move more
so we could ride it.
Yeah. Or he could, let's see, it's a self-spell, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, well.
But, yeah.
Can I use Speak with Plants to find out what to look out for?
That's a very good idea.
Okay, cool, I'm going to do that.
Speak with plants. Speak with plants. You imbue plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation, given the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands. You can question plants about events in the spell's area. Okay. So yeah, the plants nearest you have awakened. So what do you want to ask them? They'll communicate with you and follow simple commands, so...
Let's just go and take a few steps closer to, I guess, the closest plant.
Okay. Just roll a d12 for me, would you?
Wait, it's a different thing, isn't it?
Okay. So you go up to the nearest plant and ask what?
Yeah, so he's going to ask if there's any dangers that she should be looking out for in this wood.
Danger? No danger to us. Danger to you? Perhaps. Fresh meat for my babies, perhaps. Please come in.
What?
Is it like a Venus flytrap?
No, it's a tree. It's a rather oddly shaped tree. Like it seems to bulge out near the bottom.
For your babies.
I can show you a baby. And one of the
Can
branches...
we understand while it's talking or not?
I think she's the only one that can understand it, but a branch shakes and about 15 very sharp seed pods shake from it.
Oh, lovely.
Roll dexterity saving throws, please.
Those. Fuck.
Sorry.
I do not like those things.
All of us or just her?
All of it, like they kind of spread.
Son of a...
All right, so far Rock is the only one that might be affected.
Saving throw or just a regular?
Dex save, please. So Alexa's fine, Coral's fine. Okay. So I'm just gonna see. Okay. It didn't come up with a lot of force, so it only gets through your armor if your armor class is less than 10.
It is not.
Hey, I'm good.
Okay, so it just bounces off your armor and you're fine. But now you're aware that there's these sharp little seed pods around.
Okay, so...
Okay, so we got to avoid those.
The tree is throwing seeds at us, okay?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I want to ask if the tree saw a boy running through here earlier.
Yes,
Oh,
we
so
did.
we're still talking to the angry tree. Okay.
Yes, we did. A boy passed through. We weren't allowed to touch him.
Why weren't you allowed to touch him?
The witch of the woods told us we couldn't.
In which direction did they run?
They followed the path to her house. They all followed the path to her house.
Is there really gingerbread there?
What is gingerbread?
It's unfortunate. Okay, are there any more dangers in the forest other than your babies to worry about?
There are the buzzies, and the cats, and many others. The buzzies,
What are buddies?
they nest in us, and they take the flesh we've taken. They steal from us, consume it, and make it their own. We do not like the buzzies, but we cannot stop them.
Okay, so I don't think I have anything else to say to this plan. I'll turn around to the group and reiterate all of the information that I was given.
Okay.
Lovely. No buzzies. No kitties.
No buzzies.
And no...
Watch where you put your feet.
No baby trees, no buzzies, and no kitties. All right. And we're off to see the Wicked Witch of Oz.
So...
Tree didn't know what gingerbread was, so lower your expectations.
Okay. So... do dexterity checks to see how well you can pick your way through the woods without stepping on anything.
How lovely.
Not well.
Nope.
You said dexterity?
Yep.
Yeah.
Saves or checks?
Checks, please. So, you could, if you have a sleight of hand modifier or a stealth modifier, you could use, by all means, use that, or acrobatics, if that would improve it. Acrobatics would probably be the most fitting for this particular task. So, Alexa, I know you've got an acrobatics.
Yeah, it's the same as my dex.
So, Alexa, your character sheet says that you have a dexterity of 14, which gives you a modifier of +2, plus you have a proficiency bonus of +3. So, altogether, your acrobatics modifier should be +5.
Oh, must have missed that, okay.
I have stealth +6 or acrobatics +3.
Is mine high enough, or should I
Yeah,
add?
you rolled a 19. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
All right. So you do manage to, whilst carefully watching your feet, avoid getting stuck with the seed pods.
Woohoo.
And then you hear a voice above your heads. My, what do we have here? You know that these woods don't belong to you. So why are you here?
We don't want the wood. We just came to find the last little boy that came in.
I wouldn't mess with that if I were you. The witch is powerful, and she tends to hold on to the children she's acquired. It seems they don't want to leave.
Well, hey, if they don't want to leave, then, we can. We can leave.
Me and my tribe would appreciate it. We don't like to be disturbed.
We have to at least verify that ourselves.
Fine. Just stay on the path. You'll eventually come to the house.
Okay, thank you. How far is it, by the way?
It's about as far again as you've already come.
Oh, so we're halfway there.
Mm-hmm. Living on a prayer.
Oh,
So, yeah. The highest perception, passive perception. Yeah, why not? You all, most of you, around about the same time, start to hear a low droning.
Buzzies. Lovely. Is there a drone flying overhead?
There's no drone flying overhead. But if you want to make a perception check, you can try and figure out where the noise is coming from. So in Coral's case, that's +3. So Rock is the first one to spot the cloud of flies slowly moving through the trees.
I do not like bugs.
Cypher sees it pretty quickly too.
This is why I don't do outside.
I second that.
I feel like all of us are just like McDivas.
Well, yeah, you've the fame and fortune has gone to your heads, clearly. But yeah, cloud of flies. What do you want to do about it?
Anyone have me bug spray?
I don't think my maul is going to be a very effective fly swatter.
I think I pull out a torch and light my torch. Maybe the flame and the smoke will help deter them.
They seem to be moving towards the heat.
Okay, so I extinguish it.
And they're still coming.
I can make it cold. I could chill a non-living item, so I can make my torch cold.
Are you using prestidigitation?
That's what I was trying to use. Because I'm doing it on my on the torch. Since when I lit it, it drew them toward me.
Okay.
I figure if it was cold, it would kind of help
I can-
stop the heat signature.
Yeah. Are you going to make yourself colder as well?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I cool off.
Okay. So you're shivering.
That's fine.
Are you going to make everyone else colder too?
I can do up to 3, right?
Do you want to
Yeah, I can only do up to 3.
and see if they can?
Well, when I lit the thing, the heat, I'm guessing the heat, because they came over as soon as I lit it, came this way, so, anybody else want to get cold?
As someone that can't cast magic, I'd prefer to be one of them.
Septimus has Ray of Frost as well.
And Ice Storm.
I can prestidigitation people, myself included.
Okay, so there's 5 of us total, and we can each do up to 3 of the non-instant effects at it.
Okay, so you've all made yourself cold. The insects seem to get confused at the sudden drop in body temperature and drift by, and
I'm not going to drop it until I can't hear them or see them.
Yeah, it lasts for up to an hour anyway.
yeah, so you're just going to be a little bit
I
chill.
prefer body warmth than I'm
Oh, yeah.
going to endanger myself.
So do the buzzies.
I don't
Apparently
like
that experiment worked.
Well done. All right, so the smell of gingerbread is getting stronger for those of you who can smell it. And before too long, as you turn a corner in the path, you see this cute little house just in the middle of a clearing.
Does it look like anyone's inside?
Can't tell from this distance, although there does seem to be smoke coming from the chimney.
That was what I was going to ask. Hello in the house!
Are you going to walk up to it first, or are you going to shout through?
How close are we?
Yeah, you literally just turned a corner in the path and you can see the house ahead of you, but you're still a ways from it.
Oh,
You got-
okay, well then I'm not home.
So, yeah, as you approach the house, you see that the door is open.
Was it open as we approached, or did it open while we were approaching?
Roll a perception check. And yeah, it did seem that the door wasn't open, and then as you approached, it opened.
I'm gonna cast detect magic from
I
my
don't know if
staff.
that's polite.
So you said you want to cast Detect Magic?
Yep, from my staff. That way it's instant.
Yeah, the air is full of it. Like, there's magic everywhere. The whole fucking clearing is magic.
Like what kind specifically? Like
Magic
Fae or
too.
something?
Yeah, there's a lot of Fae. There's a variety of different magics involved, though.
What category would a witch fall under?
Well, you just know that that the tree called her a witch. At least that's how it translated from tree to common.
Right.
So she could be a hag, or she could be just any spellcaster, for all you know.
Yeah, common people have this bad habit yelling wit, and there's magic afoot.
Yeah, I've noticed.
So, what do you want to do? Are you going in? Are you knocking? Are you burning the place down? What do you want to do?
You know, I've never had overdone gingerbread house. Sounds quite...
The house itself seems to be made of stone. However, there is still a smell of gingerbread coming from inside.
Grandma's baking.
Yeah.
It's just a nice old lady rescuing magic-using kids from their shitty-ass, prejudice-ass parents.
Maybe.
That could be.
We don't...
Yeah, because that lady that sent us on the way sure is not exactly friendly.
As you're dithering around in the clearing, not deciding whether to go in or not, you see a little old lady come to the door with this big wide smile on her face. You can tell from the wrinkles that smiling comes naturally to her. Like, there's no frown lines there at all. They're all smile lines, you know?
You don't have to stay out there all day. Come inside, have a nice cup of tea. You'll catch your death. Come on.
Is that a threat, or...?
No, it's dangerous out there. Come inside, get yourselves warm. You'll look freezing.
I'll go in.
I'll go in with him.
Okay. The old lady goes back over to her stove in the fireplace and pulls out a fresh pan of gingerbread. Cuts you each a slice, puts it on a nice little plate, and hands one to each of you.
Says, take a nice chair. Get yourselves comfortable.
There are several nice comfy chairs around the fireplace.
I will grab what looks like the comfy.
I'll grab a plate, but I don't sit down.
You don't sit down? You stay standing?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay standing, too.
The chairs won't bite. Sit down. Take the weight off your feet.
I'm not heavy.
You always were funny, Coral.
What?
She knows your name.
Of course I know your names. I know all your names. Nice to see you again, Alexa.
Well, of course you know my name.
Is this the first day we meet? Is this the first time you came to me? Oh, I think it is. Okay, yeah, you must be very confused.
I kind of look at the others with this look like, yeah, she's crazy.
Call me Grandma. Everyone does.
Well, my grandmother was killed by a dragon.
I know.
I don't have a grandma.
You do now, dearie.
I quite like her. I don't know why, but I quite like her. I'm gonna look up at the others with the sort of the puppy dog eyes. Can we keep...
You can stay as long as you wish, Cypher. That is what you're still calling yourself, right?
That is my name in this form, yes.
Good lad. So, yeah, you don't know yet, do you?
What do we not know?
No, we know nothing about you. I'm sorry.
I'm always down to hear a good story. Tell us.
You've been studying in my academy for years. We've taught each other all kinds of spells. You're some of my best
Is a
students.
spell that would tell us what you're talking about?
It's probably easier if I show you.
And she goes over to the door. You're all inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She goes over the door, closes it, and then reopens it. And instead of seeing the woods, you see a long stone corridor. And in the corridor, you see several people in robes, presumably magic users, walking from door to door in the corridor
Okay. Can I do, like,
Magic school?
some portal...
Sorry, what did you want to do, Carl?
Visual.
Well, I've got planar magic, so I was wondering if I could do a portal lore thing to know...
Oh, Arcana check?
Do what I can know.
Yeah.
So, the visual I'm getting is magic from the OG show.
Yeah, it's pretty much a magic school, yes.
But
Okay, so I have to roll, you said?
Arcana.
Okay, I did not write down the details as to what the portal lore here does.
Portal law featured under Kalashtar? Or...
No, it's the Horizon Walker.
Oh, subclass
Ranger.
of Ranger. Yep, okay.
that should be
Xanathars.
Xanathars, maybe?
Yeah. Okay. Portal lore. You've got Detect Portal. Planar what? Yeah, I'm not even going to have you burn an action for it. Just do an Arcana check.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely a pull. That's definitely, well, it's a variation of portal. It's not a portal exactly.
Or like a dimension door?
More like, well,
Oh, you've never seen this before either, have you? Okay, this, my dears, is called sympathetic magic. It's based on the principle that anything is like any other thing. Is like every other door. I can open this door and decide which door it is that I'm open. That's how we built the whole academy. Doors and
doors and corridors. And then she walks in through the door and gestures you for her to follow.
Can you explain that again?
Okay, so it's sympathetic magic. The principle is that every door in the world is identical to every other door. So if you bear that in mind as you're opening the door, you can decide where the door opens. And she says quizzically that the entire academy is made from similar doors and corridors. And then she goes through the door and she gestures for you to follow her into the corridor, out of the little house in the woods, which are no longer in the woods, it seems. Although, judging from the windows, you're still in the woods, but the door isn't.
Okay.
Magic corridor that leads us to other complicated magic room that we don't actually have to understand. Nope, it just works.
It just works, yes. Somehow she makes it work. Somehow this crazy old lady makes it work. So what are you doing?
Y'all might need to know. I need to know. Not right now, maybe, but I still... I guess I'll follow the old lady.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Kind of hesitantly, but...
Okay.
I'm gonna follow and then under my breath also say,
Ugh, magic users.
Can one of you hold on to Rock?
I'd have to hold on to him.
He doesn't have any magic of his own, dear.
Okay.
so if I stepped out the door, would I just end up in the woods?
Are you gonna try? Are you gonna try just barging through the door?
What race is Rock?
I'm a half orc.
Half orc.
He's a half-orc barbarian fighter.
Barbarian?
Yeah, but it's not properly unlocked yet, so... I mean, if we're going to go along that, if we're going to start spinning along that lines, then magic is the same stuff in just a more concentrated form as the energy that makes your souls and, makes you alive. So in that sense, you're all magic, but it's not concentrated enough in rock for him to be able to navigate the corridors alone.
He doesn't have enough midichlorians.
Yeah.
I was totally about to make that joke, too.
He's a muggle.
Okay, so I hook elbows with rock.
Okay. And so since you're going through first anyway, you kind of pull rock through.
I went first.
Okay. So, and then Septimus and Alexa.
Alexa grabs a slice of gingerbread and then follows.
Of course.
I hand her mine. I didn't.
Yeah, I still have mine in my hand. I haven't eaten it.
It smells
I
absolutely delicious. It's rich, dark, sticky gingerbread. It smells wonderful. You can change your figure at will.
I know. That's what makes it funny and ironic.
Okay, so you're walking through the corridor and you see several people are waving at you as if they recognize you. There are doors on the left of the corridor that seem to open up to various classrooms and laboratories and libraries. On the right-hand side, there are columns that you can see. Between the columns is an open green, like a square in the middle of the...
An inner courtyard.
Yeah, an inner courtyard, that's right. And people are practicing various spells, and some of them aggressive spells against dummies, other are more passive and personal. Some of them are using wands, some of them are using orbs, staffs, daggers, all kinds of different focuses, and all kinds of different kinds of people. There's even a little sprite, little blue fairy thing buzzing around.
So, which one of these is Taffron?
Did someone say my name? A roughly 30-year-old man asked. Oh, it's you guys.
Is there another Taffron?
No. Time's weird here.
Clearly.
Yeah, so you're here because my mum sent you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was about 20 years ago that she sent you for me. I don't think she wants me back as I am now, and as you can see, I don't leave. But if you could tell her that I'm happy and that I've learned how to master my magic and that I'm safe.
Okay, well, I don't think she really cares that you've mastered it. She was more of like trying to get rid of your magic as opposed to harnessing it.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day I'll figure out how to send her a copy of myself that has no magic anymore, and she can be happy with the duplicate. But for right now, it's just, I haven't got to that yet. Maybe I'll see you around in a few decades. And he goes back to practice.
Well, obviously, if you know who we are, then you have seen us around.
Oh, yeah, I have. I don't know if the older version of me has yet, though.
Okay.
So essentially, we could come back and see a younger version?
You could. Grandma is smiling and gesturing for you to keep coming, and she's heading towards another door at the end of the corridor.
I think we've found the Twilight Zone. Yeah, I got nothing better to do. I'm going to follow the old lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So she leads you through the door, and again you see another different corridor on the other side of it.
Okay.
And
So where are we now?
in this corridor, there's double doors about halfway down it, and she goes to the double doors, which are already open, and you see a large assembly room with lots of people in there, mostly children, and there's a young lady at the far end addressing the room. Telling the children that the reason why they're here is because they all have magic and that it's okay to be magic. And here you will learn how to use it any way you wish. Nothing is off limits.
That must be Professor
And you will be
X.
safe. That must be Professor X.
Oh, I looked so much prettier back then.
That's you?
That was me. That is me. She is me. I am her.
Doesn't that confuse things?
Sometimes.
Imagine if you lived like this long enough.
Let me show you something else.
She goes through another door, and there's a garden beyond. A huge garden. Or rather, you're really small, apparently, because you're pretty sure the big tree-sized thing that's next to you is a dandelion.
I was wrong. We're not in Oz. We are in Wonderland.
Everything's topsy-turvy.
And you see a blue-skinned fairy with wings, and she's tending the flowers, but she's the same size as you are.
This is Bluebell, and this is her garden. Say hello, Bluebell.
Oh, hey, guys. Is this the first day? This is the first day, isn't it? Oh, I'm so excited.
First day of what? You don't mind my asking?
So, no, of course it doesn't happen in every timeline, but we're all friends. We've been studying magic together for a long time, and I'm so looking forward to the years that are lying ahead of you. Well, I'm not looking. It gets confusing sometimes.
Obviously.
I hope that you are the ones that stay, and that you are the ones that I get to know.
Are there other us somewhere?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Grandma, have you introduced them to their older selves yet?
Not yet, dearie. I didn't think it was time.
Chronomancy joke.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that one. It is definitely not time.
So
I do not want to see myself as old.
At some point in time, but
elsewhere in the game.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it's time, just not time. I don't even know.
I've just realized why you're here, said Bluebell. Come on. And she takes you over to an old man who is watering some of the flowers. The watering can he's using seems woefully inadequate for the size of the plants. And he looks up and smiles at you and says, "At last, I've been waiting for this day for decades. I figured it out. I've done it. Let me show you." And the old man kneels down, puts his hands on the ground, and lifts them up slowly, and the ground comes up with him until the dirt roughly takes the shape of a small boy. And he brings his hands down over the rough lumpen head and shoulders, and as he does it, the mud gains definition and detail until you're looking at a perfect mud sculpture of a small boy. All I have to do now is give it life. And he puts his hand at the boy's head, and the mud changes from the colour of mud to the colour of hair and skin and clothes. And the boy opens his eyes and smiles.
I'm a real boy.
Take the boy to my mother, and she'll raise him thinking that he's me. Probably sicken and die in a few months, but she'll believe that he is Tafarum and leave me alone. And she won't know that I'm gone. I've had such a good life here. I'll see you soon, friends. And he goes back to watering his plants, leaving you with the clay golem version, young Tafarum.
Okay. Does Tafarum talk?
Yeah, I talk.
Why wouldn't I talk?
I don't know. I was just hoping.
What were you hoping?
That you didn't.
It'd be a bit weird if I didn't. Anyway, can you take me home?
Yeah, one can hope, can't they? You're not going to talk the whole way home, are you?
No.
I hate when my singing's interrupted.
You hate when your singing's interrupted?
Yeah, I'm gonna sing all the way.
Okay, cool.
You turn back to the door where Grandma is smiling, and the door is closed. And she opens it again, and there's the woods.
Like the outside wood?
The outside wood, the dark woods, the clearing outside the little house.
What, we can't ask her to open a door back to town?
Are you gonna ask her?
I just thought it'd be...
I think maybe you need to put...
Man-child? Non-child?
I think she needs to put like an outhouse or some sort of shed or something at the edge of the forest so that, shortcut.
Maybe you'll make one.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, maybe I already did. If I'm going to, I did, right?
Not in your timeline, dear.
I tried.
So...
That was a good try, wasn't it?
So,
It was certainly a try.
Are you going to ask her to try and open up a door in the town instead?
No, that would be rude.
Okay. She gestures you through the door into the clearing outside.
Okay, so I step through and I can release Rock's arm.
Come again soon, dearie,
she says to us.
Great, okay.
So there you are in the clearing in the middle of the wood with Clayboy.
I put him on my shoulders so he doesn't have to step on the spike.
That's a very good idea.
Now, see, I was thinking if he stepped on a spiky, then we could say, we tried to save him, but he turned into a tree.
I think it'll be quite fun if we tell her that he gave Magic her half the might be side effect.
Yeah, we should do that.
Being such a bigoted bit.
That's right.
Lifetime of self-loathing, that will be her legacy.
Yeah.
Are we sure the kid even wants to go back?
Hey kid, you want to go back?
Of course I do. That's my purpose.
Seems rather unfair.
What do you mean?
Well, he gets to be free, practice his magic, be happy, and you gotta go deal with his
Not for long.
Don't you want to explore the world while you can?
Why?
I think the idea is that he is self-desire.
I don't think Mud has feelings.
Yeah, okay, so let's get the kid home so we can drop him off.
Yeah, well,
and then leave him with
the... for you. I'm not paying child.
We wouldn't have to for long with this. Couple of weeks, maybe.
So you go back through the woods, going carefully. Yeah, you're all rubbish at survival, but do survival rolls for me anyway. I want to see if...
You're gonna just see if we can survive.
Well, there's that too.
Do we need to roll something? Is that what you're asking?
Survival check, please.
I would say not.
These survival checks are doing great.
Yeah, they're wonderful. Luckily, I'm just trying to figure out if you've orientated yourselves, if you realize where you are in relation to the rest of the world map. But I need one more roll.
Yep, hold on, I'm working on it.
Make it a 20. Well, shit, that's the opposite of what I said.
The only way that the only route that you're aware of that leads back the way you came is the route that you came in through. Yeah, you have no idea how close you are to the river or any. So, yeah,
No.
you go.
Can we not do perception to see if we can hear the river?
Yeah, go for it. Okay. Alexa hears running water to the north.
But does the river run to town?
Yeah, the river actually runs from the mountains, past the dark woods, and all the way through Traveler's Rest. But since you guys' survival skills are rubbish, you don't put that map together in your head. All you're aware of, if Alexa tells the rest of the group, is that she can hear running water.
I mean, I'll tell everyone that I can hear the water running to the north.
Yeah, let's do the river.
Okay.
I'm game, whatever.
The downside of heading towards the river is there doesn't appear to be a path. You're going to have to hack your way through the undergrowth unless...
Or just ask the growth move
Yup.
a little bit.
Yep, unless someone can speak to the plants and ask them to move aside. That's right.
How far away is the river?
Close enough for you to hear it.
Since you pointed it out, can the rest of us hear it now?
Yeah, it's only faint, like a little trickle. You'll have to really stop and listen
Right.
to hear it. But yeah, you can hear it. So what do you want to do?
Everybody move!
I can use talk with plants again to ask them to part.
Okay. And the tree that you speak to is kind of like, are you sure? Don't you want to stay in the woods forever?
You know, I've enjoyed my time here. I have to get back to my fans. I can't stay here forever.
To your fans.
They would miss me. They'll notice I'm gone.
Maybe they'll
Yeah,
come
we
to the woods and
understand.
find you.
We understand her side of the conversation.
It says that we're speaking a common language.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide whether or not you just hear her talking tree or if you hear her talking come. Yeah, let's see what it says.
Because, like, with some spells, I think that it's just, you just automatically understand or make person understand no matter what language it is.
Communicate with it as if you shared a common language, but
That was my hope.
no. But yeah, I think she's gained the magical ability to speak tree.
Okay.
So what you hear from Alexa is a series of like leafy rustles and wooden creaks and
It's like that scene in Lord of the Rings where the Ents are talking.
yeah. So some of the noises almost sound Sylvan.
Well, Sylvan is probably a derivative of nature sounds or derived from nature itself somehow. So it would be understandable their sound.
That's what I was thinking. So yeah, despite the trees taunting you and teasing you and implying that you should bring your fans to the forest to become trees, the undergrowth does part and leave a path for you to follow.
All right. Thank you, trees.
Those trees are a tough crowd.
Aye. So they do a good job of sweeping the path for you. There's no twigs to step on. They haven't even left any of their little spiky seeds. It's a completely clear path.
Well, that's very considerate of them. I think I'll definitely come back here.
such a nice, friendly forest. I must come here on vacation. So, as you approach the river, you can hear something stirring in the water. It's not just the trickle of the water over rocks, but something splashing and moving around in it.
I want to see if I can determine what it is.
You're going to closer?
Without getting too close.
You're just going to try it. You're going to try and peer through the trees. You're going
Yeah,
to
well, like the last row of trees or whatever, like near the water, but not like visible.
Are you going to try and
That
move
makes sense.
quietly?
Well, I figured since the path is fairly clear, we're not making but so much noise anyway.
Okay. Let's
So what
see.
do you want me to roll?
I was going to have you roll a stealth check, but if you don't want to be stealthy, you don't
Well, I
have
can
to.
be stealthy. I can be stealthy.
D20 plus
I
4.
might not this time.
She's not
I
bad.
might not this time, but
Anyone?
stealthy.
And yeah, well, is anybody else sneaking closer, or you're all hanging back? Carl?
I'm like it.
All right. Are you
I'll
going
sneak
to
up
just?
closer.
I'm gonna ready my weapon and something to attack. Just let me know.
Okay. Are you going to yell it to them as they sneak off?
No, I'm a little smarter than that.
All right. So those of you who
we
are
could
sneaking,
kind of be used to each other enough to where we would expect that.
Those of you who are sneaking forward, sneaky tests. Septimus, I need one from.
Can I cast invisibility on myself?
Of course you can, but be stealthy anyway, because just because it can't see you doesn't mean it can't hear you or smell you.
I don't know that stealthy helps smell. If you smell.
Yeah.
That's called hygiene.
Yeah, but you can
not
stay
stealth.
downwind.
As you approach, you do see a serpentine head look up in your direction. And then you see another one, and another, until there are 5 large snake-like heads.
But I'm being stealthy.
Yes, you are. But you're not the one who rolled a 13.
Oh.
What do you want to do?
Well, I think I can use my feature of being telepathic to let those that stay behind what I see.
So, Rock, you both hear and see what Coral is seeing. And Alexa, too.
I think they can answer me too, can't they?
Yeah, they can talk back to you like it's a message cantrip, yeah.
Are we fighting it?
Fight or run away,
Whatever you decide to do, you better do it quickly before the beast decides for you.
right?
Rock's always down for a fight.
Okay, roll initiative. Okay, so Septimus is a 22. Nice. Coral 18, Alexa 21, Rock 18. Okay, now out of Rock and
He's got the
Coral,
+2, I got a
yeah.
+1.
Yeah, so he's got the advantage. And Cypher gets a 7. So,
Okay, so,
Septimus
I have
first.
that, but I have that, I don't know how to pronounce it, ambush thingy.
Ambush thingy.
Yeah. To where, when you roll initiative, I get an extra...
Ambuscade, special turn before others when roll initiative. Okay, so you get to go first. Done then.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, I'm going to use the fireball.
Fireball.
The fireball.
Okay, are you still using the trees as cover?
Yeah.
Okay, bearing in mind that that also provides cover to the hide. So,
Well, I would have to lean around them too.
if you want to use your movement to step out of the tree line and cast fireball and then use your remaining movement to go back behind the trees, you
Yeah,
can.
that's what I was kind of
Okay.
bounce out and then bounce back in.
Okay, so,
Okay, so they have to do a
Roll the
dex
hit.
save.
yep, they have to do a dex save. +1. They rolled a 15. What's your DC?
DC is...
Are you casting it as
17?
you're casting as a sorcerer, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, 17.
So, yep. So, what do they get hit with?
Okay, so they have 8d6 fire damage.
Go on then.
Come on. There you go.
Very nice.
Okay, so now we can do the initiative roll. or
It's-
the order.
Yeah. It screams in pain at the fireball it's already been hit with. And Septimus, are you going to do the same maneuver?
Yeah, cast fireball.
Are you going to pop out of the trees to do it?
Well, I wasn't stealthing, so I assume I was right in the middle of the path further away.
Yeah, but okay. D20 plus 1 and 14. That's not above your DC either. Oh, close though. Yours
My DC.
is 15. Alright, do your damage. 12d6? Why is it?
It's from the staff.
Oh, very cool.
41.
Wow. Okay.
Told you, one way or the other, I'm gonna kill this Hydra.
So let's see. So it's just lost 71 hit points so far. So 2 heads have shriveled up and burnt away from the impact of the fireballs so far. There's only 3 heads left, and because it was fire damage. Alexa's next.
Okay, I want to cast Sleep on.
Okay. How many hit points?
Have to roll 5d8.
Yep, roll 5d8. And see if you can get 101. Nope, so it's not sleeping.
As a bonus action,
Uh-huh.
I want to use one of my bardic inspiration points
Nice.
to use unsettling word.
Cool.
So you can spin words laced with magic that unsettle creature and cause it to doubt itself. Use
Okay.
one creature within 60 feet. You have to roll the die, the bard die, which I think is 1d8.
Yeah, go for it. So, does it? What does the Hydra have to do now then?
So when they make their next roll, whether that be a saving throw or attack, they have to subtract that number.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's from the Theros book, isn't it? Yeah, that's done. So, subtract the number rolled from the next saving throw it makes before the start of your next turn. Very cool. Okay, Rock.
Am I close enough to run at it and reach it?
Yeah.
Alright, that is what I'm gonna do. And also, as a bonus action, get pissed and start raging.
So you're going to come screaming out of the woods, lifting them all up. I'm assuming you're using them.
Yes. Ready to hit.
Okay, go ahead.
Does a 30.
Yes, a 30 hits. Flippin' heck. Wow.
And then I have
2d6.
I have multi-attack, so do you want me just to roll both?
Yeah.
13.
That one doesn't.
No. Okay.
Go ahead. So do 2d6 plus 8 bludgeoning, plus the 2 rage bonus. Well, is it a 2? Or
Yeah.
is it higher now?
It's 2.
The rage bonus. 17 damage. So.
Oh shit, I forgot. I also get another attack, because I'm frenzy.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still learning what this character does.
That's to understand.
14.
It's your first outing.
There's a 14.
No, it doesn't.
What he does is he rocks and rolls.
I got too excited and I missed.
Yep, that happens. But you did splatter another head. Just crunch.
Bring them all down on top of it.
Yeah. So there's 2 heads left.
Quick, kill it before it is their turn.
Because I'm letting damage roll over as well. Nice like that. Next one is Carl.
Me again?
Yes.
Well, it's actually my turn this time, but...
Yeah, this is your actual turn, yes. No, your cheaty sneak turn.
Right. Okay, so, since Rock is there,
Yeah.
he kind of limits the whole fireball thing, because I would hit him, too.
Yep, it's already taken fire damage this round, so it can't regain any hit points this turn at all. You know what I mean? This round at all, so...
Okay.
And also from your experience, you know Rock doesn't really care about getting hit with spells.
You know that he would relish the fire, yeah. So it's up to you.
Well, I think I will try Hunter's Mark
Cool.
as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I shall do, I guess, Frostbite.
You deal an extra 1d6 to the time. Weapon attack. I suggest if you want to take advantage of your Hunter's Mark,
Yeah, weapon attack, yeah. That makes sense.
do a weapon attack.
Okay, what weapons do I have?
You have a light crossbow or a dagger. Now, so light
Okay,
crossbow.
I'll shoot.
Yeah, shoot.
Light crossbow.
So d20 plus 3 to see if you hit. It actually should be plus 4, but yeah, that hit anyway. That's fine. And the crossbow does 1d8 plus 1.
Yeah.
Your Hunter's Mark does an additional d6. So
Yeah, I just couldn't remember which dice you said, and I had to look at the other paper.
there we go. 7.
Yeah, not so great, but still something.
Every little helps. 7. Okay, now the Hydra gets to go. So you've incinerated 2 heads and popped a third one, leaving 2 heads left, right?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds right. Cool. So the Hydra gets 2 attacks, and only 2 attacks.
Yeah.
I wonder who they're attacking.
The only one who's actually in melee range.
Bring it.
Oh, it's Brock.
That misses. That one hits.
How about that one? That one hits. Okay. 13 piercing damage.
So it'd be halved.
Yep, because you're raging.
So 6?
Yep, that's right. Pathetic. Okay. Cypher, what are you going to do?
I'm going to cast Fire.
Okay.
And it's my D20 to check. Or
So
do they save?
I have to do a dexterity save.
I have never casted a fireball.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
Rock has to do a
And
dex
it's-
save, too.
Yeah. Oh.
yeah. What was the roll for the unsettling words?
6.
6. So minus 6.
We both got natural ones.
Okay. Boom. How much damage you do?
What do I roll that?
For the fireball?
Fireball. Depends on what level you're casting it at, of course, but I'm assuming you're doing it at
At least
third level. So 8 d6.
Nice.
25, and you just crispy frap another head.
And a rock.
Yeah. Okay. And now, turn passes back to Septimus.
I'll go cast catapult on it.
What are you going to catapult?
Is there like a stone or branch or something heavy? 1 to 5 pounds?
So you want to basically just pick up a 5-pound boulder and throw it at the Hydra?
Yeah, force push.
Okay. But anyway.
Has to make a dex.
Dex save. Does 15 pass?
15 is my...
15 is your DC?
Yeah.
Okay. So it meets your DC. So yeah, I'm fine. The Hydra is fine. Let me double check. Catapult. On a failed save, the object strikes. Yeah, it doesn't. It's just pass or fail.
Oh, okay.
But if it had hit, it would have taken 3d8 bludgeoning damage. However, you flubbed it, so it's Alexa's turn.
Yes, Mike. I am going to use Vicious Mock.
Nice.
Because I think it's the only thing I can do right now.
What kind of Hydra are you with 1 head?
You're ugly and your mama dresses you funny.
So vicious mockery. You unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. If the target can hear you, though it need not understand you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage. Are you casting it at... Oh, it's a cantrip.
2d4.
Yeah, it does 2. If it fails, wisdom saving throw, RD20. What's your DC?
8.
Sorry?
8.
Okay, so he takes 2d4 psychic damage. Wanna roll it? 3!
Sorry, I had nothing else to do. I tried.
She could have shot.
Wouldn't that have hurt everyone though?
It might have. Well, it would have. Rock would have gotten caught in the splash.
It's fine.
But yeah, he can take it. So Rock is next.
Well, now currently on fire.
Indeed, hotter than ever.
Always.
Yeah.
I'm going to lash out again. 16 hit.
Okay, that hits.
Right.
Natural armor is 15. That hits. Gonna do your. That definitely hits. Okay, so you got 3 hits. Crack
That's so
it up.
exciting. Alright.
So that's gonna be 6d6 plus 30.
Plus how much?
Yeah, his strength is ridiculous.
What does 45 damage give me?
How do you want to do it?
Still on fire, I bring the maul up and bring it straight down on top of his head, crushing him into the water.
Splat, splash.
Then, since I killed something, I'm going to do another melee attack on his body just because I can.
Just make absolutely sure it's dead.
Yes.
Go on then.
Oh.
Why not?
Do you actually want me to roll it?
Go roll it, yeah. I want to see how badly you mutilate this corpse.
Yeah, good.
2d6 plus 10.
Oh, roll that one too.
He's splattering the Hydra, and because when he kills something, he can hit the next nearest thing. He's hitting the corpse again.
I'm raging.
So
it makes sense to me.
You're out in the open. You can follow the river back to the Traveler's Rest. I don't suggest that your little escort walk in the river.
No.
You might want to keep him on the bank.
My boy might dissolve.
The rest of the journey is fairly uneventful. You return back to Traveler's Rest, and Alexa, are you doing what you said you were going to do when just play music the rest of the way back?
I'm working on my song about this.
Are you going to leave in the details of, the wizard that made a fake version of himself to fool his mother?
No, I'm not a snitch.
But I shall warn the mother when we drop off the kid that one of the side effects of him sacrificing his magic powers to return home as a good boy, he is not capable of taking a bath ever again.
There may be side effects. We don't know. Sacrifice of magic.
Yeah.
But he was quite adamant that he wanted his mother to love him, and so he gave up his magic. So if he gets sick or anything, just
feel guilty about it for the rest of your life.
Major, you should just know that it's just a side effect. It's okay.
Should we roll persuasion?
Yeah.
Because I have psychic glamour, so I have advantage with persuasion.
Oh, very nice. Go on then.
Advantage on this, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll that. Luckily, you can't crit one on a...
There we go.
There we go, yes. So, the mother is quite convinced that this child is hers.
And that if anything happens to him, it's her fault.
Yes, absolutely. Don't worry, I'll take good care of him.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mommy.
Thank you, heroes.
So do you think you've killed enough time before?
Yeah.
Yes, let's go to gate.
Okay, so are you going to take the river road or go back the way you came and keep going until you get to the city of Gate this time? But let's see if it's still an uneventful journey. Somebody roll me a d12. Nice. A 12 and a 1. Yeah, neither of you got an 8. So far, so good. You walk past the Hydra's body and keep going.
Crispy critters!
There's a couple of farms on the left as you're getting closer to the city. One of them seems to have a windmill, presumably for grinding flour. The next farm along appears to be a sheep farm. And ahead of you see the city of Gate. Now, do you want to head straight to the mountains and start looking for the hill giants, or do you want to make your presence known in the city first and build up the hype before going off in the giants?
Well, isn't that what our herald is for?
Yep.
We should allow ourselves to be seen before we do the deed.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hype ourselves up.
Okie dokie.
The herald isn't quite as good as Alexa anyway, so
Right.
we can't really depend on him too much.
And depending on how well he did, we might have to fire him.
Well, knowing you guys, firing him might be more literal than...
Fire him.
Fireball him.
Yes.
Speaking of getting hit by fireballs, while we were traveling, was that enough to take a short rest?
Did you take a rest? I mean, well, now that you're in town, is try to find a tavern. The first tavern you come across is called the Squealing Hog.
What's it look like?
It looks like a shitty old pub.
Is there any nicer part of town?
If you want to have a look around to try and find the nicer part of town, you absolutely can.
Do you guys want to stay here? I was thinking something a little bit high class.
I'm not sure how high class this town has, but something better than that would be good.
Yeah. First thought of fix is this place some class.
Okay, so you head where? Like, where do you want to go? Do you want to talk to people, see if you can find someone who knows?
Let's find someone that doesn't look quite so seedy and ask them where the nicer pub is.
Like a guard or something?
Perhaps.
Roll perception to see if you can find any guards. There it is. You don't see any.
Do we see anybody that doesn't look quite so seedy?
Perception. As you're walking around, you see that the houses and the people at the northern end of the city seem a little bit more refined. The streets are cleaner. Yeah. Streets are cleaner, the clothes are better, and there's even a temple there.
Yeah,
let's go to the nice part of town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do without the temple.
Yeah.
As you approach the temple, you see a woman in an elaborate robe preaching to the crowd about the evils of the city and how it's the duty of all good citizens to speak out against the degenerate scum of the city.
She's got lots of friends, huh?
Who's the temper?
Yeah, you don't know that. It's just this.
I might be interested in hearing him speak.
Okay. As she continues, she talks about chastity, morality, humility, but ironically, she's being quite aggressive about it.
I'm gonna yell out from the crowd, chastity's overrated.
Ignore the sinner.
Yeah, I sin, and I like it, and y'all like it too.
The crowd starts to get rowdy, and you soon realize that there are people all around you, all in the very modest but clean clothes.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun here. Prestidigitation. I can clean or soil an object. So, the lovely lady who is preaching is all of a sudden absolutely filthy, disgusting, dirty.
And she prestos it right back off again.
Still, I do it again.
We're all just upset because you've lived your lives so repressed. Now you don't know any other way to be.
Bring them before me, she says. And the crowd starts closing in and kind of herding you towards temple steps.
Hold on just a second. How many people can I do?
Herding all of us?
If you allow them.
I have Misty Step. Can I take anybody with me, or is it just me?
I think it's just you, but let me check. Yeah, you teleport up to 30 feet.
Well, damn.
I can teleport away if I wanted to.
Are you going to take anyone with you?
Nope.
Well, it's Misty Step, so... No.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it if I can't.
Valkyrie will hear your sins.
You don't have time for all that.
Come see me later and I'll whisper them in your ear while you sin.
We'll be here all day.
Yeah.
Cypher, do a history check.
Be here all week.
Alright. 20.
It's not the reception I was looking for.
Well, it's not my fault they're repressed assholes.
No, but you don't have to antagonize the repressed assholes until we find out who the repressed assholes are.
Or until we get paid.
Until we get paid.
Yeah.
That's great. So the crowd are yelling at you, repent of your sins or go back to Mama.
Mama? My mom's dead.
Not your mother.
I mean, surely if my mom were alive, she'd have taught me better. So you should have known that.
Cypher, do another history check. See if your character's memories. Okay, you know who Mama is.
I do?
You know what Mama is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mama is a bitch. That's what Mama is.
Yes, she was.
Okay, so are you just walking away from this crowd of wasps?
Yeah.
Cool.
They're annoying me. I have people to fuck.
I thought we had hill giants to find.
You do have
but we have to rest first.
Yeah, so you need to find a tavern or an inn or something.
Honestly, right now, I prefer the shit this look.
Yeah. We can do prestidigitation on the shithole and make it a little bit better.
So you're gonna go back to the Squealing Hog, or are you gonna try and find something else?
I'd have been looking around a little bit, but...
I can cast Tiny Hut and we can stay there.
You're just in the middle of the street. Bump, Tiny Hut.
No, I think the tavern is a good idea. Networking and all.
Okay.
So the hog one, or are we looking for a different one?
The hog one is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
As you come through the door, you hear music played. Sure enough, should be on the stage? Aiden.
Our Carol.
Yep, singing the songs about your adventures. Unfortunately, everybody in the bar just seems to be just ignoring him, and they're kind of a scruffy bunch, you know.
We really need to look into getting a new herald.
Yeah.
So, sorry, guys, it's
Alexa, this is your
really bad crowd.
Yes, there is certainly something bad here.
Oh, jeez.
I think we shouldn't be too hard on him. It's a bit rough in here.
Yeah, that's it. They're just rough. They're just uncultured swine.
The name of the place has hog in it, so...
Yeah, it's true. Maybe I should have picked somewhere else, huh? Tell you what, if you work this one, I'll go find another one and warm that place up for you, okay? Okay. And he shakes his instrument and fucks off.
I walk up to the bartender for if he's around.
There's a bugbear behind the bar.
Alright, buy everyone one round and me.
Everyone?
Well, let's not go crazy. Yeah, just the cheap.
When you say everyone, you mean everyone in this building or everyone in the city?
The building, of course.
Alright, you asked for it.
Oh, God.
Teleports everyone into the building and buys them all a drink.
No. He stumps the floorboards beneath his feet, and a hatch pops up at the end of the room, leading to a staircase.
I think you should have said this room, not this building.
Down into a much busier cellar, and you can also hear singing down there.
Does it sound any better?
Tons.
Well, we know who we're gonna hire.
Right?
Do you go down into the lower tavern?
Yeah, I go
We'll enter the
Speakeasy.
yeah.
Everyone's just having fun down there. Do you want to ask for a room, or are you just going to chill okay? What kind of room? The kind that you rent by the hour, or the kind that you rent by the night?
By the night.
Well, you're no fun, are you?
I'm plenty of fun. You just come by later.
I just might. And
Plus, you can have a lot more fun in 8 hours. Just
And I'm cute enough not to have to buy.
so, are you all getting rooms, or are you all staying in the same room?
I'm not staying in the same room, not if he's having company.
I did say later.
I think our party would know. Cypher always gets his own.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're gonna have a room to talk in, like just a private room, discuss what you're doing next.
No, I think it would be a good idea to talk.
Okay.
First impression.
Talk
what to do next.
Talk to the people in the town, or talk amongst yourselves?
No, amongst ourselves.
Okay. Do you want to do that in a private room or in public?
Yeah, private room.
Okay. So yeah, you're in the private room that you've rented. What you want to say?
Well, I can't believe that bard down there's got my spotlight.
Well, go gank him and take it.
You just haven't performed yet.
Yeah.
I'll lure him away if you want the spotlight. You know how bards are. I say as though I'm better.
You're a bard at heart.
Yeah.
She could just go up on stage and say, "Thank you for warming the crowd up for me." And just start playing.
That's true. She might do that once our conversation is
Right?
So, what do y'all think
Okay,
about
so-
the city so far?
It's a shithole.
Too dirty for me.
Yeah. I mean,
The
dirty
reason that we
is
don't
time
share
and place. It's the bitches up there that the issue. You'd think if all these people wanted to come to a place to find paradise, that they might actually try and find paradise instead of creating a shit. Could fix it.
Well, will we get paid for it?
Well, fixing a city is quite lucrative in the long run. Yes,
You want to take over?
we would get. Yeah, fuck it. They're not doing very good.
So, what does Septimus and Rock think?
Rock's just kind of chilling, drinking his ale and watching. He's pretty exhausted from the fight earlier, unfortunately.
Understood. Healing from your burns.
Well, and also Berserker, I have to take a level of exhaustion.
Exhaustion, yeah. But you'll get that back after you've rested.
Yes, I'm just sitting, letting them talk among themselves.
Septimus, you have anything to add?
I doubt there's one interesting person in town. I don't need a sticker.
I'm in this town.
Well, so am I.
I'm not interested in settling down because I still have a lot of work to do. I need to find the right portal. Well, how are you going to take over a city if you don't stick around?
I don't know. Just
Are we plotting world
stay in a
domination?
shithole and keep it a shithole.
Pinky in the brain.
Set it on fire
The
and then
same
walk
thing
away.
we do every day.
I don't want to stay here if here is going to remain a shit. What I'm saying, and I don't want to go up there because they're work.
My whole point was that we are basically just around here to, go get the hill giants, and then we and never have to come back here again.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah, this place seems too gross to stick around in.
This is not a vacation spot. I would much rather go vacation in the forest, and I am not a forest person.
It's at this point that you hear a knock at the door of the room that you're...
I'll answer the door.
Who's there?
You answer the door? Okay. It's the bartender, and he's got a bottle of wine with him, and he looks like he's dressed up, and he sees you and goes, "Oh,
Thanks for you."
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You told me to come later. Am I too early?
No, you're fine. They were just leaving.
Okay.
Goodness.
We all know where this is heading. Let's head downstairs.
So,
Use protection.
So the rest of you, do you go to another room? Do you talk amongst the patrons, find out what's going on in the town? What do you want to do?
I'd like to see if anybody knows anything about the hill giant.
Yeah, bloody hill giants. Yeah, there's been a few people that came into town and lost everything. Only just managed to get in here with their lives, big giants. They need killing. Someone needs to go up there and kill them all.
Yeah, that's the plan. How many are there?
Don't know. Never seen them myself.
You haven't heard any
Reports?
Yeah, like people reporting saying, hey, there was like a whole mob of them, or hey, there was like one.
I just know that there's hill giants, that's all. So I stay in here.
Is there any particular paths that you know of? People traveled on that got attacked?
They were just coming to the city.
Off-roading?
You ask too many questions.
Well, how do you find out things if you don't ask questions?
Why do you want to... Finding things out just leaves you to no real answers, just more questions. It's just pointless.
Okay, but you have to prepare yourself. So, if I'm going to go up against hill giants, I would like to know how many and, where to find them best and, that type of thing.
Well, if somebody came in with injuries, they would need to have gone healing, right?
Right.
So you need to find yourself a cleric or some other kind of healer, right?
Is there any of them around?
So there's Valkyrie's temple up in the north. And then in the south of the city, there's the Changer.
Changer?
Yeah, proper fucking weird guy, that one.
The one in the north is not a weird guy?
She's just a prude.
Oh.
Well, then again, if I'd been a demon queen and got shot down by radiant weaponry, then I would have changed my ways too.
She's a demon queen, or she served?
No, she was the fucking demon queen. Nearly burned the whole city down. Well, I say burned, it was more like, what do you call it when shadows consume everything? And the shadows have teeth and claws.
I call that fucked up.
Yeah, she nearly fucked up the whole town. Yeah. That's what. But then she repented and fucking made her a fucking temple. And now her fucking busybodies go around trying to spoil everyone's fuck while we're down here. But the Changer, if you don't like the way your life is going, go see the Changer. He'll fix it.
Or at least change it.
Exactly.
Change is not always better.
And I know it.
Have you seen the Changer yourself?
Yeah. Used to be a goblin.
What is he now?
He's human.
Yeah, that is pretty fucked up.
I'd much rather take the demon queen, to be honest.
Did you willingly become human?
Yeah. Who wants to be a goblin?
Fair.
Difference, not always better.
Believe me, people look at goblins like we're sneaky little turds. Like we can't be trusted. You'll have it a lot easier if you're human.
Yeah, but humans are generally the ones that treat you like the turd.
Yeah, I'd rather be on that side.
I'd rather that side not be.
You talking about killing all the humans?
Personal. Not really. Just drama.
Oh, that's a shame. I was kind of hoping you wanted to kill all the humans.
Really? But you're human.
Yeah, but it's only... I'm not really, am I? I just look like...
See, there you go. I think I kind of like you.
Awesome. I think I kind of like you too. What was your name again?
Not again. I never gave it to you.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, my name's Coral.
Coral?
Yeah. How do you say that?
My name's Beffaror.
Nice to meet you, Beffaror.
Beffaror.
Is that your name since you've been changed, or has that always been your name?
Yeah, that's the name I gave myself.
What was your name before that?
Shits.
Shits?
Oh. Yeah.
Did you laugh a lot?
Doesn't have the same positive meaning in human society does amongst goblins.
Yeah, maybe you should have called yourself Giggles.
Giggles?
Yeah, Shits and Giggles.
That's my brother's name.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
So what if I did want to get rid of all of them?
Oh, yeah, that would be something. Well, the city is kind of flammable, but I don't know. I think that would kind of piss Mama off.
Who is Mama?
Well, that's what they call that big pit in the middle of the city.
Pit is named Mama?
Aye, they say it leads straight to hell. Say that's where Valkyrie came up from. But yeah, some people get so drawn to it, her, whatever, they just throw themselves in. And they do it with an odd kind of regularity. I'm pretty sure the only reason why whatever's down there isn't coming up is because people keep going in there willingly. And if there's no more people...
Is it always the human?
Nah, all kinds of folks.
Well, that sucks.
That's why the temple folks are so adamant that I think they're trying to help. I think they're trying to stop us from getting so fucked up that we decide it's a good idea to throw ourselves in.
So why do you stay here then?
I'm in it.
How much where your heart is?
Well, I'm not good enough for Havana. Not yet. Maybe when I'm done having my fun, I'll pass over.
Can you sing?
Sing? Like this fella? Nah.
Well, it doesn't have to be that good. Better than the guy that was upstairs.
Why do you want me to sing?
He was supposed to prepare everybody for our arrival, and kind of sucked, though.
Oh, do you mean that little gnome fella?
Yeah.
He was pretty good. He was just singing to the wrong crowd. If he'd come down here, it'd been great.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll give him another chance.
I gotta look after the little fellas.
Yeah. So what do you do for work?
Work.
Or career, or whatever?
You don't need to work. You can get by.
Good luck.
Something like that. But, yeah, I best be getting on, actually. It's getting late.
Okay. What's that got to do with it? That's the nightlife, man.
Yeah, but see, I kind of am working, and my shift's almost ended. So gotta go home, see the wife and kids.
If you are working, what is it? I don't get it.
If I see you again, I'll let you know. Okay, I've gotta go.
All right, say hi to the wife for me.
All right, he leaves.
He was complaining I was asking so many questions, and he just stood there and answered.
Do a quick perception check for me.
Uh-oh. I'm learning that's not a good thing when a DM asks to do that.
Yeah, your coin purse is missing.
And I bet you that's probably what his work is. Okay, so need to see him later sometime and pummel him until he gives me back my money.
Revenge yourself on Beth.
Yep.
How are you gonna find him?
I don't know.
Where did he?
No clue.
Yeah, but you know that he's been to see at least one person or entity who might know where.
Sure, yeah. And I know his other name, if he wasn't lying. Can I do an insight thing to see if I can believe that he was telling me the truth?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight and see if
I believe what he told me.
Yeah, he was telling the truth.
Okay.
Is anyone else doing stuff?
I want to see that first preaching in the morning.
Okay. So you're just taking a rest right now?
Yeah, just go to my room.
Okay. How about Rock?
I think Rock is also going to turn in.
Yeah, he probably needs a rest more than anyone. Alexa?
Alexa's going back downstairs to where the other bard's playing, and she's got her mandolin.
Nice.
And she's going to use the mandolin to make herself invisible, and then she's going to appear on stage.
Nice. And the other singer, mid-verse, goes, "Holy shit, where the fuck did you come from?"
Yeah, Alexa's just going to look at her and say...
Wait, you're Alexa. Holy shit, it's Alexa.
Yeah, thanks for warming the crowd up for me.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, what's your name?
Stan. What are you gonna play? Don't answer that. I'll just sit down here and listen.
Alexa got her mandolin. She turns to face the crowd. I'm going to treat you all to a new song that I just made up 20 minutes ago.
Never heard before.
Only for you guys here. I might never play it again. See how it goes. Do I have to roll for this, or can I...
Do a performance check. Yeah, unless you want to actually make up a song off the top of your head and sing it.
I can't make up a song off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I'm not that talented.
That's okay. Nice. See if the second verse is any better. Do it again. The song's warming up. See if the third verse keeps it going. Very nice.
Nailed it.
How are you going to end it?
I already used fly. Oh wait, no, because we're near the end anyway, I'm going to cast greater invisibility on myself.
Nice. Poof. Excellent. And you get a standing ovation, and Stan, the previous musician, cheering the loudest and shouting, "Let's hear it for Alexa!" And
so Alexa's still invisible, and she just kind of makes her way back to where the bar area is. She just picks up one of the drinks.
which immediately becomes invisible as soon as you take a hold of it. Nice. And then you're going back to your room?
Yeah, going back to my room after that.
Okay.
I'm glad I paid in advance.
Yes. Yep, you all paid for your rooms in advance. So it's only like it's only a couple of silvers each for the rooms, and a few silvers for each drink also. So yeah, you haven't lost a lot of money, except of course for Coral.
Yeah.
So are you all taking? Are you just going to take a short rest, or are you going to long rest?
Long rest, I guess. If it's getting late.
It's getting
'Cause
late.
you said it was, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there with you having a long rest at the Squealing Hog.
Better than the stuck pig.
And yeah, is there anything else, anything that you want your characters in particular to be doing with downtime and stuff before the next day? Your rooms will of course be guarded by your very own Gavik the Thug, who is the barbarian Goliath in your entourage. His entire job is to make sure that you get a long rest without being disturbed.
I'm wondering how Max followed us through all that.
Max, yes. He will have followed you.
Especially when we went into Grandma's.
Oh, he wasn't with you. He has a tendency to, when you're going to an actual town, he'll come with you, and one of the first things he'll do is he'll set up his store somewhere in the town. And Anita will do a similar thing. By the way, Anita's last name is Reed. R-E-E-D.
I need to read.
I need to read.
I need to read.
So she of course also accompanied you, and she's at the moment canvassing all the bookstores, looking for anything interesting. She'll probably have quite an armful ready for you by the next morning.
Well.
And yeah, anything else you guys want to do?
Yeah, that wraps it up.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a good time?
Well, I know I did, and I hope you did as well. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Games and Geekery's Patreon Sessions, where we played D&D with our supporters on Patreon. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider joining our Patreon page, where you could claim your spot in a future session. You'll also be invited to join our highly engaging Discord channel, exclusive to our patrons. We hope to see you there. Join us next time for another adventure with the Games and Geekery Patreon players.